I'm Darkside, this is GetDarkerTV. We're down Brick Lane on our way to Dub Police HQ to catch up with Emalkay.
Yeah, so I'm just down in London for the day, just meeting up with the label. So yeah, I had the meeting about the album and future plans and maybe some singles to come. Maybe, we'll see.
Maybe some remixes.
Maybe some remixes. We're just deciding that today, amongst other things. Yeah.
Fine. One question I want to kick off with and discussion is the subject of Eclipse, the brand new album.
Yes.
Question.
No good record stores. MP3 download.
Go and get it.
Final.
So the question I have, we put a poll out on GetDarker on the website and asked people, if you've got any questions with Emalkay, email us.
Yeah.
And the key one that came in that people wanted to ask was, did you sit down and actually start writing an album, or did it just evolve from having a few tracks that you'd finished up, or how did it come around?
It was a bit of both. So When I Look At You, when that came out in 2009, I didn't honestly expect the effect it would have. And so I think everyone was sort of taken aback by the label as well, because we got a lot of radio playing and more or less every DJ was spinning it. And so once that calmed down a bit, we thought, well, maybe it's a good time to do an album. But by then I think I had a couple in the works, and it was shaping up, you know what I mean, already. Just never had a name or anything. And I think then once I decided, I think it was like 2 or 3 tracks, I finally decided to do it. And it's just started rolling, you know, started to make, you know, I think Crusader was one of the first ones I made when I decided to do an album, you know. And so, yeah, then it just took me about a good, solid, I think it took at least a year, if you include all the mastering and everything that comes with it, yeah, to get it done, yeah.
So, obviously that When I Look At You track, huge. Did that put you under any pressure to try and follow up?
I'll be lying if I said it's something at the back of your head, thinking, well, are they going to expect this again with more and more? Are they going to expect more and more? But I stubbornly, because I'm a stubborn person, thought, well, I'm just going to keep making what I want to make. And at that time, I just wanted to make a few more dark things. Because if you remember back to that release, my release straight after was Dark Knight. It was Battlesuit and Solid State, I think. And I sort of purposely put that out there. Not just to show, like just to say, well, you know, in a pretentious way, it's just me. I just make what I want to make at that time, and at that time I just wanted to move away from the loud, tear out dance floor stuff and just do that. So yeah, so not really, I never felt a pressure, but it was in the back of my head. You know what I mean? And I knew maybe there were expectations, but I just didn't let them get to me. I didn't meet those expectations, I guess.
Yeah. And obviously on the album, one of the big tracks that I suppose could be considered as a big follow-up is Fabrication. Everyone's been hammering that on radio, in the clubs, every DJ, just like When I Look At You was. How did that get named?
I think you know the answer to that already, I can tell. Oh yeah, after Fabric, so I've played a few times there now with the Dub Police nights and a few other nights that they've had there. And I remember going to the studio, I think it was like the night after a Fabric night, and sitting down making this tune, already on the go, and thinking this is just sound wicked in Fabric. I'm just going to make it to play in Fabric. That's all it was. And once the bare bones were laid, I sort of, you know, just tweaked the production a bit, and then it was called something else at first. It was blatantly named after Fabric. I can't remember what it was, like Fabric People or something. I can't remember what it's called, but then I thought, let's just make it more sort of fabrication. I think so. I think it works. Yeah.
I agree.
Thank you.
And on the album, have you got a personal favourite?
It changes like day to day. Sometimes I listen. You know what, I think I've only listened back to the whole album once, by the way, like literally. I get my attention span for my own music is not the best thing, so at the moment I would say True Romance.
Going back way back now, before the album, before When I Look At You, the whole Dub Police relationship, how did it come around and how did it start?
it's not too interesting really. I'll be honest with you. I hit Casper up on Instant Messenger. I think I handed him Explicit. I think that was my first release in a way, and he liked it and more or less signed it there and then we sort of worked on a project basis, you know, and everything that I was making they liked and they pushed really well. They go about their business really professionally, and I really like that, you know, and there's no half measures. So yeah, I sort of stuck with it. Their work ethic's very similar, and so we just gel, and it's the same goes for all the artists who they sign. You know, it's all on a similar sort of wavelength. You know what I mean? Probably noticed that if you've interviewed them before. So yeah, that's the main reason. That's how it all comes together.
Some big releases under the belt now, with singles and the album. I mean, what's coming up next? Can you tell us anything else?
Kind of hard to say. And then next is we've got one more single off the album, which is a track called "The World" by me and a singer and writer called Lee McCullen. She's really talented, and so that's going to be the next single in June. Should be the 27th. Don't quote me on that. And so we've got the remixes in for that. They sound really good. Charlie Snatcher's done a massive remix. We've got TB, drum and bass producer, legendary guy. He's done the work. He's done the business with it. It sounds. I don't know. I mean, I've always been a fan of drum and bass, and I know this guy. I've followed his stuff, and yeah, he's really delivered the goods with it. It's really well produced, got this energy, and likewise with Charlie Snatch, it's one of his best remixes he's done, I think, as well. Yeah. So it's turned out to be a good release, solid. I think it's June 27th, but I'm going to double check for you.
We'll keep an eye out for that. And obviously, one of the tracks on the album, also you got that singer on there, also Rod Aslan.
Yes.
Featured on the tracks. Is that something you're going to be doing a lot more, working with vocals, or
hopefully?
The next one else? Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah. I just like to collaborate more so with musicians, like vocalists and someone who can play an instrument maybe. Yeah. Not so much other producers. I find that hard to do. Like we're both doing the same things. Yeah. I don't know. I think creatively I'm arrogant. That's my problem. I just want things my way all the time.
That's why you're part of Dub Police.
Exactly. Told you, we're all the same. But yeah, so more vocal collaborations. Definitely, mainly do those. We'll see. So that goes. Nothing in the pipeline just yet, but we'll see.
So, in terms of secrets in the studio, can you tell us the setup?
Honestly, there's no secrets. It's really basic. It's it's changed now. I'm going to tell you the two because I made the album on Fruity Loops on the PC. Now I'm on a Mac and I'm on Logic. I'm on a MacBook Pro.
So you've been converted?
It's not so much me being. No one's convinced me. Honestly, I had so much trouble with Fruity and so many problems with the new plugins and the fact that it couldn't work properly with them. It's the PC as well, the way they're built, and I'm just finding a lot more stability with the Mac. Yeah. And I'll be honest, I feel at home with it. You know, I wish I changed earlier. Yeah.
Anyone you want to mention or give your thanks to on the interview?
Yeah, just basically anyone who's out there still buying, supporting the music, who's going to the shows. That's basically all you need to thank, really. You know what I mean? Obviously, I get help along the way from the label, and that, but we wouldn't be there if it wasn't for them people. Yeah. So yeah, thank you to all fans out there and people who come see the shows and people who buy the music. Thank you.
Brilliant. And a final quick thanks from me to you. Thank you very much, and it's always a pleasure to catch up.
No problem. Pleasure was all mine.